What's up, guys? It's Jimmy J, aka Kryptographyk, coming at you with another great crypto video, or maybe not so great. We'll see from the likes and dislikes. But I've been reading the comments that you guys have been giving me in my videos. I've been overwhelmed and really happy with the support that you guys have been showing me. So I wanted to finally release pretty much a sequel to my original day trading video, and just to specify a few things before we go right into it. I want you guys to remember that video, when I released that video, how to make a living trading cryptocurrency, it was meant as a way for you to take a small part of your portfolio and make safe trades, a few trades a day, a little bit of profit each trade, and make just the right amount of money just to, as it says in the title, to make a living, to be able to pay those bills, pay that rent, and just pay your basic living expenses so you can spend the rest of your time working on other business ventures or whatever else it is that you want to do with your time. So I've been paying very close attention to all of the comments you guys have been leaving on my videos, and one of the main recurring things that keeps coming up is people want to hear more about how I choose my coins before I trade them, and the steps that I take before choosing those coins. So without further ado, this is the sequel to that video, 5 things to do before every day trade. So number 1 is you want to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Now, every one of you guys is going to know about this feeling. There's a certain spot that you get to when you're trading on BitTrex, and yes, it's BitTrex. All you people with your comments asking me to call it BitTrex, I will not call it BitTrex. It is called BitTrex. Ask the staff. Look at the T-Rex logo, BitTrex, or Poloniex, or Bitfinex, or whatever trading platform that you're on, Bitthumb, 우리 한국 사람들은. You get to that point where you made a few bad trades, or something didn't go your way, something didn't go to plan, and you get emotional and you want to win that money back, and so you start chasing, and you're frantically searching through all the coins, and you're trying to find some option. You're desperately trying to find some setup that you know you're going to be able to grab that profit back and make the profit back that you lost in whatever trade it is that you lost. Or it might even just be that you have some stress in your life, some kind of financial burden that you need to pay. Maybe there's a bit of debt that you're trying to pay off and you need to make some money. There's some pressure on you from the wife or whatever. There's some kind of expense that you need to pay, and you're emotional. In any of these situations, guys, you need to take a step back. You need to either have a cup of green tea, have a coffee, do whatever it is that you do to chill out. Just kick back, relax for a little bit, and just steady yourself. Maybe even meditate. Anybody who hasn't tried meditating, it will do wonders for you. Just even something like that, just to relax the mind a little bit and get yourself centered again, get yourself focused again on what it is that you're trying to achieve here with these trades. Yeah. Number 2, check or get the word on the street. So this is a pretty simple one, guys. Before you even begin to go into a trade, before you even begin to do any technical analysis, yeah, we see a lot. The main tweets that we see and the main YouTube videos that we see are all these technical analysis videos about looking at the charts and doing all these various Fibonacci retracement lines and MACDs and this and that, and there's a lot of different technical analysis that you could get lost in doing, and a lot of it has a lot of value, perhaps more so in the stock market, but even in the crypto market it still applies. A lot of this stuff is very, very important to learn about and study and get into, but there is a big but. We are working in the crypto market here, and the crypto market is highly speculative, highly volatile, and the slightest tweet or Reddit post or news can turn the whole thing tumbling down or shooting to the moon at the drop of the hat. At the drop of a hat. We've all seen it many times before, guys. So all of that technical analysis, it all goes straight out the window. So this is the time. Get the word on the street. You want to get out there. You want to go to the currency's homepage. You want to find out what are the main platforms that they broadcast on. What are the main platforms that they get their information on. If it's Twitter, you go to Twitter. You pop in that hashtag, cashtag, and you look at what people have been saying over the last 24 hours. What's going on with that currency? What are the teams saying? Have a look at the roadmap on their website. Have a look on their Reddit. Whatever platform it is that they use, go and check out what the word on the street is. Go and check out what people are saying, what the team is saying, what's on the cards for the roadmap, any rumors that are going around, because these are things that could heavily affect your situation with your trade and whether or not you end up making that trade. Number 3, check your support and check your resistance. Now this, after we've checked our word on the street and we've checked our information about the currency that we've chosen, we now can start to go and have a look at the charts and have a look a little bit at the range. We can put in our EMAs like we learnt in the first video, the 1334 range for that day trade, just that sweet spot in your sort of 6 to 8 hour trade range, and start to do a bit of that technical analysis on the chart and look at our support and resistance lines. My favorite exchange, as a lot of you will know, is BitTrex. So in BitTrex, there are a couple of ways you can check support and resistance, but a couple of the easiest ways are simply to add in your, just by dragging your cursor around, add in your support and resistance lines for the last 8 hours. Depending on what time zone you're in, it's generally better to look at sort of from the start of when the market starts trading in the US, in the majority of North America, is generally a better time to start your range from. But just by dragging that cursor around, checking those support and resistance lines, and finding out the range that your currency is moving in. A second easy way to do this on BitTrex is to click on the order book. Click on the order book, make sure you select on the drop down box and select 100% or the all setting so you see the whole order book, and right there you have a very easy to understand, very easy to decipher visual representation of the volume of buys and the volume of sells in the order book at that time. And if you start to see some big buy walls or some big sell walls, guys, these should be these should be very significant factors in your decision on whether or not this is a suitable setup for you to make your trade. Number 4, establish your range. So this kind of links in with number 3. We've got our support lines, we've got our resistance lines, we've had a look at the order book and the kind of volume that's going on. We know the word on the street, we know there's nothing crazy popping up. Remembering that this method that I use is relying on nothing too crazy happening with these currencies. That's a separate issue, making a trade based on some news that you know a currency is going to shoot to the moon and you want to make big profits is very different to what we're discussing here. What we're discussing here is finding a currency that you know is stable, and that you know is a good bet and you believe in, and establishing a range that it's sitting in when there's not too much crazy stuff happening on its roadmap, on its timeline, all that kind of thing, because those are the safest times to implement these range trading, exponential moving average strategies. So establish your range and work out exactly what numbers you want to work between. I mentioned in the original video, I'll usually find the bottom, find the top, and then bring it in, sort of 15%, 20% or so from the top, 20% or so from the bottom, and that's the range that I'll choose to work in, yeah? Number 5, the final point, set your targets for your trade and stick to those targets. So this is what makes it easy for me to do this method, yeah? Because once I've set that range and I wait for my EMA to drop down below and I wait for it to get to the bottom of the range that I've set, I buy it, and then I set my sell order, I set my target, and I forget about it. For this is what's been so important for me, and just basically even my mental health and my levels of stress is having that target set, being able to set that target, walk away, and come back 6 to 8 hours later. And most of the time, you'll find that these things have sold. Sometimes you might lose, and if it's gone down, you should have been choosing good coins anyway that you can maybe hold on and wait for a little bit till it comes back up. Some lose, some don't. The problem, one of the main problems with BitTrex is that you can't set a stop loss at the same time as setting a sell order with the same coins. So it's kind of one or the other. For me, I'm always just setting my sell target. That's all I do, and I walk away. I forget about that trade. Guys, I've done a lot of day trading, watching the charts and watching every little bit of movement and analyzing every little piece of what happens. And I can tell you that for the average person who has other work to do, other family issues in their life, other stresses in their life, it's not the kind of thing that you want to be doing, man. You're gonna start going bored like old Kryptographyk here, start wanting to wear your Yankees cap in every video that you shoot for YouTube, guys. It's not the way to personally for me to do things. That being said, every one of these trading strategies that are out on YouTube, you have to ultimately make your own choice and find the one that fits your temperament. It's in my description at the end of every video. I know it's a long description, but read down there. It's a lot of important information. At the very end of my description, one of the last sentences is to set aside that tiny portion of your portfolio and play around with some of these trading tactics and learn your temperament. Learn your ability to handle the stress of the markets. Learn your ability to set your targets and stick to them. Yeah? Learn your ability to analyze the charts, the volume, the information, the word on the street, and connect that all with your own temperament and find out that trading strategy that's right for you. This is just what I do, and it works for me. It enables me to make between $80 and $100 to $200 to $300 a day just by these simple little range trades, guys. So, just to go back and quickly recap again. First, check yourself before you wreck yourself, guys. Check those emotions. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure you're not too emotional. You're not too stressed about anything. Make sure you're not FOMOing. You're not trying to win back money you just lost, and you're not doing it out of rage, guys. It's the same with any kind of martial art. You practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, boxing, Muay Thai, whatever it is. If you run at that guy with all your rage and all your emotion, he's going to see exactly what you got coming for him, and he's going to duck out of the way, and you're probably going to run and put your own force right into his shot and knock yourself out with your own damn emotions, yeah? So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Get your emotions in check. If you need to, step away for a bit, calm down, and come back to it. Number 2, check the word on the street. Go to the currency's main site. Find the main platforms that they communicate on. Check all those platforms. Check the communities around that currency. Check what they're saying. Check the roadmap. Check anything that might be incoming or anything that the development team is spreading rumors about. Even just a rumor from a tweet from a random person who might not be on the team might be worth looking into. Check that word on the street, see what's going on, and make sure you found out all things that could possibly influence your trade either way. Yeah? Number 3, check support and resistance. So we check our support and resistance lines simply by moving the cursor around BitTrex and finding where the support and the resistance levels are at, what kind of range we start to move into step 4 already, and then we look at the order book, we look at the volume, we see if there's any strong buy walls, any strong sell walls, and check the support and resistance. Yeah. Number 4 leads in from number 3. Establish the range. Establish the range that your currency is moving in through the TA you've done in number 3 by checking that support and resistance, checking the order book, checking the volume. Yeah. Check the range and start to set your levels within that range so that you find yourself a healthy little range to work within and decide when to buy and sell. Number 5, set your targets and stick to them. So this is one of the most important ones, guys, because the second that something breaks away from your target, you've bypassed all of these steps that I've just told you, and you've rolled yourself all the way back to step 1, which was check yourself before you wreck yourself, and you're emotional because you're outside your target. Now you're outside what your plan was, and instantly from then, the decisions that you make from that point are going to start to become emotional. So this is probably the most important point out of all of these points. Yeah, set those targets and stick to them. Now guys, I got a bonus tip for you today, very special. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit me up in the comments, guys. I'm working hard on this YouTube channel. I'm reading all of your comments, and I'm trying to work out what kind of content it is that you guys want from me in order for you to be happy, in order for you to be able to flourish and ultimately profit from the cryptocurrency market. I mean, there's a lot of great things that are going to come out of blockchain, and there's a lot of great things that the blockchain can do from the world. But ultimately, most people who are tuning into these YouTube channels want to get involved with cryptocurrency, and they want to be able to make a profit, and they want to be able to start to bring cryptocurrency into the main part of their life and start living off of that. Yeah, that's my aim with this channel. That's the ultimate aim it started with. We've gone off on a lot of tangents. We've gone off on the BitConnect tangent and various other levels, but I believe that from the comments and the feedback I've been getting from you guys, that this is the kind of stuff that you want to see. You want to see more of those trading tips. You want to see more ways to arm yourself to make decisions on what coins to choose. Guys, I'm not into making a YouTube channel where I just pick a coin to pump, throw it at you, and try and get you to buy it, to pump the price up and hype the shit out of the coin. That's not what I want to do here. I want to arm you all to be able to go out into that crypto economy and do it for yourself. So if you like this video, if you like what I've been doing, if you like the fact that I'm constantly searching for new content, researching for you guys, then give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit the affiliate links down below, and most importantly, hit me up in the comments because I'll get to you eventually. Guys, it's about 2 a.m. Peace and love. It's Jimmy J, aka Kryptographyk. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to go and get some sleep. Peace.